1879. London is the center of the British Empire and the Industrial Revolution. The streets are crowded with people, rich and poor alike.
For the rich, London offers every luxury.
For the poor, London offers hope, hope of escape from the poverty and hunger plaguing Ireland and the English countryside.
Migrant families move to the city seeking employment in the coal-powered factories. They live wherever they can find shelter, in crowded slums called rookeries, in alleyways, hallways, and doorways.
There is little assistance for these families, and children as young as 5 are expected to work. The work is often dirty and dangerous.
But none is more dangerous than in the black vein coal pits of South Wales.
Because of their size, young children are ideal to operate the air vents. They are called trappers.
Older children drag heavy wooden coal tubs through the narrow twisted veins. They're called hurriers.
In 1838, the Husker coal pit floods after a heavy downpour. 26 boys and girls,
aged 7 to 17,
are drowned. Queen Victoria is shocked, and stricter mining laws are passed.
But a few mine operators continue to take cheap child labor wherever they can find it. We're better than on the crowded streets of London.
Certainly, no one will notice if a few orphans go missing.
Come on, Lottie, we got no shot for this video.
Billy, I can't. I'm so tired and my ankle hurts something awful.
No time to pray about that now, Lottie. We have to keep moving.
I must have buggered it when we jumped. You best just keep moving on your own.
No way, Lottie. You and me stick together. Come on, we'll find the cotton helpers, then we'll get you back to St. Post. The dog sail fix you up too.
Billy, no copper's gonna help Billy's butt, especially when he hears our tale. Nobody's like to believe that.
Surely, well, once we get into that hellhole, they'll have to believe us.
Billy, I have to rest. I can't barely keep my eyes open.
Shh. I think I hear somebody coming.
Maybe it's someone grabbed us.
You seem to have forgotten your shoe. You needn't worry. I'm not a member of the constabulary.
Now, do you know what we say?
The mud on the heel is freshly turned, and the insole is still warm. The owner of the shoe couldn't be far away.
Well, that's my bogey. I'll be thinking you had to give it back.
Curious, as you appear to already have shoes. Are you all right? You seem quite disconcerted.
I mean, Lottie and me, we...
Yes?
Oh, nothing, sir. We was just looking for a place to sleep is all.
I see. Well, in that case, I'll leave you to it.
Lottie, what do you suppose this concerted means? Lottie? You go ahead and sleep, Lottie. I'll keep watch. Can you believe it? A month ago, if we'd been on the street, we'd like to clobber one another good. But now, here we are, hanging on to each other for dear life. London's a fair, wicked city for us kids, Lottie. A fair, wicked city. Oh, it's you! Thank heaven it's you! I don't understand. How can you be here too? No, don't! Just leave it be! You monsters! You monsters!
How long do we have to do this?
Until she returns.
This is so stupid.
It's an exercise, Rose, to demonstrate poise and good posture.
You're beginning to sound like Prim.
No, I just feel sorry for her. It must be terrible to be widowed so young.
Honestly, can't you two think of something more pleasant to talk about?
We could talk about Prudence and her young gentleman.
You have a young gentleman?
I do not have a young gentleman. He just lives with us.
Even better.
He works with my father at St. Bart's in the laboratory some sort of research. He's just graduated from university and hasn't much money, so my father
intelligent, but he wears the most ridiculous hat.
It is not ridiculous. It's just a bit out of fashion. And he happens to be very intelligent.
She's blushing.
You are blushing.
I am not blushing.
Young ladies, what is going on in there?
What's his name?
It's Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes. But I know that name. My father speaks of him.
Is he a criminal?
No, he's been helpful to father in several investigations.
I'm sorry, ladies. The situation with the chimney sweep has taken longer to resolve than I expected. Prudence, would you please serve tea? No, actually, I would prefer it if Theodosia would serve tea. Heaven knows she needs the practice.
Yes, sister, do chimney along now and serve the tea.
Here you are, Philomena.
You forgot to ask if I wanted sugar.
Take the flippin' tea! Prudence.
Oh, why, thank you, Theodosia.
I swear to heaven, if either of you tell a soul in Cheapside, I will give you such a batty fang.
All right, Rose. I'm sorry. We promise we won't tell a soul, right, Philomena? But it's such a pretty name, Theodosia Rose Gibson, and it does sound very ladylike.
I don't give a pot of beans for ladylike. Afternooning about the town, taking tea and eating bloody awful cucumber sandwiches. I want to actually do something with my life. Work at St. Bart's like your father, or at the Scotland Yard like my father. Maybe even like Miss Stanhope, out on the streets of London helping young orphans. But no, I'm stuck here at silly Mrs. Prim's silly school for silly girls learning about silly tea. I'd make a stuffed bird laugh watch us parade around the room with books on our heads. Oh, Lord in heaven, she's here, isn't she?
Yes, I am here, Theodosia. Please do take your seat. What a disappointment you will be to your father. What respectable young man, or any manner of man for that matter, would want to marry such an uncouth harridan? And so, unable to marry, you become not only an embarrassing disappointment, but a significant financial burden. And what if, heaven forbid, something were to happen to your father? What would become of you and your sister then? Need I remind you of the perils facing a young woman cast adrift in the streets of London? At the very least, you would find yourself in rags, scrubbing floors in a London workhouse.
Mrs. Prim, please, can't you see her upsetting Philomena?
She would do well to be upset. This is not a kind world. And you, Miss Whitlock, your prospects are little better than Theodosia's. I have seen you, both of you, fraternizing with those awful Fleet Street hooligans.
They are not hooligans! Well, not all of them, anyway.
You are lucky not to have caught cholera or some other frightful disease. Now, I know that the reason behind much of this misbehavior is the fact that none of you has a mother. But that is precisely why your fathers came to me. They want desperately for you to become accomplished young ladies. I only hope they didn't wait too long. Well, that's enough for today. Put away the tea things and be on your way home. For heaven's sake, stay away from those hooligans.
I'll get one more.
Here,
copy.
let me see one of them racks.
Sure, I'll let you see one when you show me the brass. Now look here. All right. Keep your hair on. How's it feel like if you could read? Hey, I know you. You're that Wiggins what runs the Southern gang? Best watch your step, Cheapside. Them Fleet Street Dodgers won't be too happy seeing the likes of you around.
It's them I'm wanting to talk to.
It's your funeral.
Hey, you didn't grab women's finest. Just look here what crawled up out of Southern.
Nate, Finn,
What business you got being this side of the river?
I'm not here for trouble. Just looking for some information.
Oh, you are you? Well, here's some information. We don't like your kind here in Cheapside, so you best get yourself back over the Thames before you find yourself floating again.
He has every bit as much right to be here as you do.
Cass is not big on that one.
And aren't you a sweet little bag of oranges?
Best you have is this. I can take care of myself.
Oh, you cannot. There's 3 of them and 1 of you.
Rose, please stop.
Hush! You're in grave danger here, and I'll not stand by.
What is going on here? Bert, Nathan, Finn, step away from this young man. Who are you, and what possible business do you have here other than making trouble?
I'm not here for trouble, ma'am. My name's Wiggins, from Suffolk. There's been too many kids over there going missing of late. Sally Garner and her Whitechapel crew say that someone's gone missing from this side of the river, too. We've been thinking we should have a meetup with the Dodgers.
Children go missing all the time, and that's hardly unusual. But of course, I can understand your concern. Did any of you even bother to hear what he had to say? Bert, you will cooperate.
But, yes, Miss Stanley.
You shall have your meeting at King's Bench Walk near Temple Gardens. Is that agreeable, Mr. Wiggins?
It's got to include Sally Gunn.
Bert? Very well, then I think, Mr. Wiggins, it would be wise of you to take the quickest possible means back to Suffolk. I knew Bert Wicks. If ever again I hear you speak so disrespectfully to a young lady, you shall rue the day. Bag of oranges indeed.
Miss Stanhope, I just wanted to say how much I admire your work.
You, young lady, are quite fortunate that I happened along. You could have gotten seriously injured.
Yes, ma'am.
But I also applaud you daring and stepping forward.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, thank you, ma'am. Miss Stanhope, I just was wondering if you need any help. I mean, at the soup kitchen or with the orphans or, well, anything.
What's your name?
It's Rose, ma'am. Rose Gibson.
Oh, Rose Gibson, you may think my work glorious and heroic, but I assure you it's often just dreadfully tedious.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you feel you must, then I can always use help at the orphan soup kitchen. Do you know where it is?
I believe it's just east of Blackfriars Bridge on Puddle Dock Hill.
That is correct. Would it be convenient for you to be there tomorrow evening?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Very well, then.
What does a bag of oranges have to do with anything?
Good afternoon, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, are you all right?
Aha! Why, Miss Whitlock, you're home. You really should announce yourself.
Mr. Holmes, you like frightening the wits out of me. Whatever were you doing?
Formaldehyde, Miss Whitlock. Formaldehyde.
Mr. Holmes, you are making no sense whatsoever.
It is a chemical, Miss Whitlock. A very useful chemical.
I am aware of that, Mr. Holmes.
Are you now?
Yes, and to be more precise, formaldehyde is a naturally occurring organic compound which is used in chemical applications.
Miss Whitlock, do go on.
It was identified 10 years ago by August von Hoffmann, who went on to create a method of producing industrial quantities of formaldehyde through the catalytic oxidation of methanol. And, as you say, it has many useful applications.
Miss Whitlock, brava!
Mr. Holmes, you are not the only one who reads my father's periodicals.
You read chemistry journals? I am impressed.
Yes, well, my father is obviously quite impressed with you, having given you a position at St. Bartholomew's, a place in our home, and access to his private library.
Yes, well, he has indeed been most generous. However, I think he may have overlooked a budding prodigy in his own household.
You're very kind. I'd love nothing more than to study chemistry. It must be thrilling to test your ideas and study the results of your experiments. I fear the closest thing I'm going to get to chemistry is brewing a proper pot of Lansing Souchong.
Lansing Souchong. Yes, excellent idea, Miss Whitlock. I'd love a cup.
Yes, of course, Mr. Holmes.
So, where is she then? She'll be along. It's a ways here from Whitechapel. The little one lives her fit guilty. Why slow her down?
It's not my problem.
Well, if it ain't Sally Gunn. About Lee and Tom.
So, is it true they call you Sad Sally? Because when your folks was transported, they left you bawling on the wharf. Come on, quit fussing with the gimp and speak up. I ain't got all day.
Shut yourself up, Rich. I'll have you tempered fish things.
Sally, don't let him rouse you. He's not worth the bother. I seem to do a fair job of whittling away at men twice your size, so watch your gob.
Fine. Let's get on with it. What's she got to say then?
Sally?
It's not me so much as Lottie here who's got a story to tell. All I know is kids in Whitechapel are going missing. One day you see them and next day you don't. Lottie here went missing last month, but a few days later she came back saying she thought she'd been bathed. Everything was normal for a while, but now it's happening again. 2 kids already gone missing this week.
No kids I know have gone missing around here. Must be a Whitechapel problem.
Yeah, Whitechapel does have a sort of reputation for bad things happening.
Like Sally was saying, I don't remember much, but I do remember a settler boy named Billy stopping to help me when he could have got away easy on his own. I mean to find him.
Take it easy, Lottie. Just start from the beginning.
Sorry, Sal. Well, I remember I'd gone over to Puddle Hill to the soup kitchen for orphans. I was heading back when I started feeling dodgy. Next thing I remember, my hands was tied to a post. After that, I don't remember. Billy got me loose and we scarpered. Then I fell and bugged my ankle, but Billy wouldn't leave me. I recollect him arguing with some coke wearing an old deerstalker hat. After that, I don't remember nothing except waking up sick, hurt, and wanting to get back to Whitechapel. I got no idea what happened to Billy, but my feeling is it ain't good.
I know a Southern boy named Billy Strong. He hasn't been seen around for weeks.
I seen that same fella Lottie's talking about. Odd as a cod, that one. Wandering around East Cheap looking at this and that. With one of them glasses, what makes things look bigger than they are?
Come to think of it, I've seen him do around Maidstone Wharf just looking at mud. Bonk that one.
I might have seen it, but it's hard to say. We get lots of odd ones in Whitechapel.
Alright, then let's start there. Last thing Lottie saw was an odd sort, wearing a deerstalker, and arguing with Billy Strong. Now Billy's missing. No, it's not much, but at least it's something. Let's find this talk. See what it's up to. See anything? Hear anything? Pass it along. Agree?
Agreed. Wiggins! Don't think this means you can come wandering into Cheapside any old time.
Of course not, Bert. Not any old time. Just any old time I feel like it. Say, miss, I just wanted to say thanks. You spoke up to me yesterday. Beach Street, near Chancery, when Bert and Dodger showed up. I'm Wiggins.
Oh! Of course. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
It's all right, miss. I understand. Wouldn't be proper to be seen talking to my sort.
No, that's not it at all. It's just I didn't expect to be out this late.
It's all right, miss.
I was working at the soup kitchen and I didn't realize there was so many to feed. It took so much longer than I expected.
You do look a bit knackered. Here, take a seat. Catch your breath. Do you live far from here? It's a bit late for a young lady to be out on her own.
Please don't call me that.
You don't want to be called a young lady?
It makes me feel like all I'm allowed to do is make tea and faint at the sight of blood.
What might you call you then?
My name is Rose. Rose Gibson. I live at Tooks Court with my father and my very annoying little sister, Philomena.
I suppose I should insist on walking you the rest of the way home.
Thank you, but it's really not far. Besides, if yesterday was any indication, this neighborhood is far more dangerous for you than it is for me.
Yes, I guess that's true. Most young ladies aren't quite so plain-spoken.
There he goes with young ladies again.
Sorry, I just...
Sit. I promise I'm not going to scream or bite or faint or call for a Bobby. So, did you have your meeting with Bert and his bunch? And who's Sally Gunn?
Sally's the leader of a gang in Whitechapel called the Defenders.
Is a gang led by a girl? I think I'm jealous.
Well, Sally's not your average girl, especially when it comes to knowing how to fight. And yeah, we had a meeting. One of Sally's bunch had a run-in a few weeks back with some gent you've been seen about. I think he might have something to do with the kid that's gone missing.
Really? Tell me more about him. What does he look like?
He's an odd look. He looks to be in his 20s. Kids see him poking out the river at night like he's looking for something. Scooping up bits of this and that. He's one of those magnifiers to look at whatever it is. Bert thinks he might be another.
Does he by any chance wear an old-fashioned deerstalker hat?
Yes, he does. Have you seen him?
Seen him? I know him. And he most certainly is not your kidnapper. His name's Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. He works at St. Bart's in the laboratory, and he boards in the home of my dearest friend. I hear he's a bit of an odd duck, but he's no nutter. He's been helping my father in several investigations.
Investigations? Is your father a copper?
Now look who's going to scream and faint. Yes, he's a detective inspector at Scotland Yard.
Do you have any idea how much trouble I'd be in? If a copper spotted me talking to another copper's daughter alone on a park bench this time of night, they'd throw me in a Newgate hole so deep I'd never see the sun again.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make light. I shouldn't have stopped to talk.
No, it was me that started it. I guess I'd best be going.
No, stop! Sherlock Holmes may not be your suspect, but he may well be your answer.
What do you mean?
You have a mystery. He can help solve it.
Why would he bother?
Really, let me speak with my friend Prudence. She can charm the spots off a leopard. And she's going to charm Mr. Sherlock Holmes into helping you.
Well, if she's half as charming as you, it might just work.
Mr. Wiggins, I do believe you're trying to flatter me.
Did it work?
How do I get word to you in Southwark?
There's a newsy rounder who sells the Daily Graphic. Tell him I'll make it worth his while and he'll get word to me fast.
Miss Whitlock, you may be seated. Philomena Gibson, would you be so good as to give us the order and placement of tableware on formal dining occasions?
To the left of the dinner plate, from left to right, is dish fork, dinner fork, salad fork. Above the forks, the butter knife is placed diagonally across the bread plate. Directly above the dinner plate, the dessert spoon is placed above the cake fork. To the right of the dinner plate, from right to left, is oyster fork, teaspoon, soup spoon, fish knife, dinner knife, salad knife.
That is correct. You may be seated. Theodosia Gibson, would you please elucidate the number and correct placement of glassware on formal dining occasions?
There are 7 pieces required for formal dining, set in 2 rows. The top row is water glass, Chambertin glass, Latour glass, and champagne flute. The second row is
It appears, Miss Gibson, that you have been saved by the doorbell. Now, I must see to that, but when I return, I will expect your complete answer, without any assistance from your fellows. For now it is posture training, ladies.
And here I've got books for reading. I can tell you the glassware.
Oh, hang the glassware! Prudence, why hasn't Mr. Holmes responded to our request?
Rose, it's only been 2 days. And I was going to tell you after class. He'd like to meet with your Southwark boy tonight at King's Bench.
Tonight? Tonight? Can't be tonight. I have to be there, and I promised to work at the soup kitchen tonight.
Be quiet, she'll hear you.
Honestly, Philomena, one day I'm going to kill you.
And Mr. Holmes will find out. You'll spend your life locked away in Brixton prison.
yet it will still be worth it.
Rose, I have an idea. I'll tell my father that I'm spending the night at your house. Then, I'll substitute for you at Miss Stanhope's so that you can introduce Mr. Holmes to...
Wiggins! His name is Wiggins! That's brilliant! You are the best! Oh, Lord. I have to find that newsie and get word to Suffolk.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Good day.
Green glass for something, cherry glass, red glass for Rhineline.
Theodosia?
Green glass for Sauterne, cherry glass, red glass for Rhine wine.
That is correct. Her memory seems to have had a remarkable recovery. All right then, ladies, that's enough for today. You may be on your way home. Miss Gibson, like a lady, for heaven's sake.
Miss Theodosia Gibson, I presume?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. But it's Rose Gibson. I prefer Rose Gibson.
Ah, I see. Your sister indicated you preferred Theodosia.
Yes, well, that would be Philomena's idea of high humor. Mr. Holmes, I've sent word by a newsboy to Suffolk, but I have no idea whether the message was delivered.
Have no fear, Miss Gibson. I find messages sent by street as reliable as royal post. However, I'm quite surprised your father would allow you to be out alone this time of night, arranging clandestine meetings.
Mr. Holmes, he knows nothing of this, and please, you mustn't tell him.
For the time being, I will keep it our secret. But if what I suspect may be happening to these missing children is true, it will most definitely be a matter for the police.
What is it you suspect? What have you learned?
Miss Gibson, I believe the anticipated party has arrived.
Wiggins, thank heaven you got the message. Mr. Holmes, may I present Mr. Wiggins?
It's just Wiggins, no mister.
Oh, sorry.
Wiggins it is then, Southwark resident and leader of the Southwark Whitechapel Alliance.
I doubt Sally Gunn sees it that way. Anyway, how would you know about that?
That is irrelevant, and we have far more important matters to discuss than that, Wiggins. Rose, please be seated. When Miss Whitlock first came to me with the story of missing children, I thought it merely a matter of adolescent hysteria. However, Miss Whitlock can be most logical and persistent in her arguments, and it caused me to recall an incident of my own one night, several weeks ago, in which I encountered a young boy hiding near Horseshoe Wharf. The boy, an orphan I presume, seemed agitated, but declined my offer of assistance, so I bid him good night. In retrospect, I realized the child had no reason to trust my offer, and that I was too hasty in my departure.
It was you then. The boy you talked to was Billy. He's gone missing. The other one was named Lottie. She thought it might have been your doing.
Mr. Holmes, when Wiggins arrived, we were about to say this might be a matter for the police.
No coppers. Them crushers would like to blame us kids as finding the real one.
My father's not a crusher. He's a respected police inspector, and for you to call him such...
Gibson. Now listen carefully, Wiggins, to what I'm going to ask of you.
If it's money, I haven't got much money, but you can have what I got.
While the monetary offer is appreciated, you can provide something of far greater value. Wiggins, you have at your disposal one of the greatest information and communication networks in London.
You're a gang.
We are not a gang.
And my father's not a crusher.
Miss Gibson, you quite underestimate Wiggins. But Wiggins operates as not a gang. It is a network of poor working children, street urchins, orphans, and yes, even some gang members. With this network, he is able to gather and share information quickly. You yourself were witness to it here. I called for this last-minute rendezvous to test the effectiveness of his network. And I find myself there are current clusters, and the victims are almost exclusively young orphans.
Why kidnap young orphans? There is no one to pay ransom.
Therefore, there must be another reason, but we haven't time to discuss that now. Wiggins, I need you to employ your network of young eyes and ears to scour the docks and wharves of the Thames from the Isle of Dogs to Blackfriars Bridge. Time is of the essence. You're looking for coastal schooners that will depart for South Wales in the next few days.
But Mr. Holmes, there'd be dozens of such sailings.
Indeed there could, so keep your eyes peeled for the odd detail that doesn't seem to fit. Contact me immediately if you find something unusual. For now, we will use Miss Gibson as our go-between. That is, if the two of you are still on speaking terms. Now I really must be going. I have work to do at St. Bart's.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that about all coppers. Some are decent folk.
Thank you, and I should not have called you a gangster.
No harm done.
Higgins, our lives are very different, aren't they?
Yes, Miss Gibson. Very different.
Oh, it's you. I thought I told you not to come around here. Someone might come to suspect our affiliation.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but there's been some trouble with some of the cargo.
Hush! There's too many little ears about. Come with me. We'll speak in the alley.
Hello? Anyone here? Hello? Miss Stanhope?
You must do precisely as I say. Who are you? You have no business here.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Prudence, Prudence Whitlock. I'm a friend of Rose Gibson. She couldn't be here this evening and asked me to come in her place.
Well, then perhaps you should stop poking around back here and go put on an apron. Miss Whitlock, show me your hands.
Who'd have thought she was a doper?
Shut up, you idiot.
I'm not a doper, but I do know what this is. It's Paregoric 440, an extremely powerful form of laudanum, nearly pure opium. Are you putting it in a soup for children?
No, not all. Just a few specially chosen ones.
But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Why? Coal, my dear, coal. London needs coal, and the coal pits need labor, especially the young, inexpensive kind. Bert, please fetch one of your associates. Now, Miss Whitlock, was it? How is it that a young lady of your breeding would know so much about laudanum and paregoric elixirs?
My father is a chemist. He supervises the laboratories of St. Bartholomew's Hospital.
And you fancy that one day you too will be a chemist and work in a laboratory?
It is my fondest wish.
Your fondest wish. How charming. How terribly naive. So, my aspiring chemist, perhaps you can tell me what trichloromethane is.
It's chloroform.
Precise.
What do you mean to do? No! Stop! Stay away from me now! No!
Take her to the wharf and put her on the demon with the rest of the cargo. A few years straight in coal tubs through the black vein will teach her the real ways of this world.
Promptness is a virtue, ladies. Tardiness is not to be tolerated. You are more than 7 minutes late.
Is Prudence here?
Of course not. You always arrive together.
No, I don't know what to do.
Well, for one thing, you can calm down.
If you don't tell her, I will.
Tell me what? Both of you, sit down.
Wiggins may have been kidnapped.
Good Lord!
Prudence and I, but it was mostly my idea. We thought we could help this boy, Wiggins. He's from Suffolk, and some of his friends have been going missing. He wanted to meet with the Dodgers gang about it, but
You got involved with a street gang?
No, he was just trying to help. And then I needed to work at the soup kitchen, but Sherlock Holmes needed to speak to Wiggins.
Is Sherlock Holmes another gang member?
No, he's a sort of detective. He's helping Wiggins try to find all the missing children.
Gang members? Detectives? Theodosia Gibson, what have you gotten yourself into? And why have you not told your father about it?
That's the problem. He was called out of town on a case, and we do not know when he'll be back.
And now Prince has gone missing. The Stanhope said he never arrived, and so I thought maybe she forgot or couldn't, or...
Rose, let me explain this. You're too upset. Last night, Prudence volunteered to work at the orphan soup kitchen where Rose volunteers, so that Rose could introduce Wiggins, a Southwark gang.
It's not a gang!
Shh! To Mr. Holmes, the detective, who offered to help solve the mystery of why so many street kids have been disappearing.
But when I went to the soup kitchen afterwards, Miss Stanhope said Prince never arrived. When I got to my house, she wasn't there either, so I thought maybe she'd gone home. And when she didn't come by our house this morning, I thought maybe she'd come here early, or... The truth is she's been kidnapped, just like all those other kids. I made her help me.
Theodosia, Rose, pull yourselves together. We have work to do. Where would Mr. Holmes be at this hour?
Well, he may still be at the Whitlocks, though Prudence says he normally spends his mornings in the British Museum reading room. He might also be at St. Bart's in the chemistry lab.
Philomena, would you know this Holmes fellow if you saw him?
Yes, I think so.
Good. Then starting with the reading room, see if you can find him. And if you do find him, bring him to, where's the soup kitchen?
Hullalock Hill, near St. Andrew's by the wardrobe.
Good. Bring him there, where Philomena, Theodosia, and I will be finding out what we can.
Miss Prim, you have a pistol.
Yes, Philomena, I do. Now let's get cracking.
I think Smoke just got a lot more interesting.
London's finest illustrated news. Only a penny. Murder, Crickwood, mayhem in Whitechapel. Sea monsters in Brighton. It's all in the graphic. Get your copy.
Newsy!
I got a name, you know. It's O'Connor.
No, sound Irish.
That don't change being Irish.
Listen, I need to find that girl, Rose. Do you know where she might be?
Ha! Dream on. You got no chance of the likes of her.
Wiggins! Wiggins, I'm so glad to see you. It's Prudence. She's gone missing.
Calm down, Rose.
Stand corrected.
Who's this, your mom?
No,
My name is Victoria Prim. I'm here because Rose seems to think that something desperate has befallen another of my students, Prudence Whitlock. If you had anything to do with it, I would advise
Mrs. Prim!
Save your breath, Rose. What she thinks of me ain't important. What is important is I found you. Mr. Holmes asked me to check the docks for sailings to South Wales. And I found something suspicious I think he might want to know about.
My sister's looking for him now. Mrs. Prim and I are on our way to Puddle Duck.
Puddle Duck? Well, that's just what I was going to tell Mr. Holmes. There's an old gunboat, the Demon, anchored at St. Catherine's. Sailing to Puddle Duck tonight to pick up some cargo and then make for Cardiff.
Well, what's so suspicious about that?
Number one, the Demon's a lot smaller than regular coach schooners, so it makes me wonder what sort of cargo makes the ship worth it. Number two, why are they loading the cargo at night rather than during the day?
Your points are well taken, Mr. Wiggins. Theodosia, it is imperative that we find Mr. Holmes and inform the police.
Theodosia?
It's my given name.
I'm Margaret Theodosia.
Sorry. Connor, you need to drop them papers and chuck her for Whitechapel. Find Sally Gardner and tell her to meet me at Puddle Dock as quick as she
I
can.
can't just drop her.
Oh, here's a shilling, do as he says.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going?
Puddle Dock, to see if I can find Prudence.
I'm going with you.
Would it make a difference if I said no? I didn't think so. Mr. Wiggins, I will hold you accountable for Miss Gibson's safety.
Yes, ma'am. Watch your step, Rose. These floors are all rotten.
I can barely see where I'm stepping. And what is that awful smell?
It's how an old fish warehouse smells.
Wiggins, look, it's Prudence.
Careful, Rose. These floors are about rotted through.
Wiggins, what is this place?
This, Rose, is where the demon's cargo is kept. Warren, all those missing kids were snatched up and brought here. Now they're aboard the demon. When they come to their senses, they'll be in a coal pit. Street orphans from London. Who's gonna care?
Indeed. Who's gonna care? How very astute you are, Wiggins.
Miss Stanhope, thank heaven you're here. We have to get...
There's no point in asking her for help, Rose. This is her operation.
Wiggins, that's not possible. Unless you lied. Prince was in the soup kitchen last night.
Yes, she was. And your friend is quite the uncanny. If she weren't so bright, all would have been well. Regrettably, her knowledge was her undoing.
Rose? Rose, is that
Wiggins, I'm so sorry.
This is all very touching, but what are we going to do with those two?
We can't really Wilson's all three to the kids without causing a ruckus.
And that one's a copper's kid, which will be no end of trouble. A copper's daughter? Yes, that does present a serious problem. But here she is, traveling in the company of a known suffragette gang leader. Such shocking behavior can only lead to a terrible end. And tell me, Wiggins, who do you think the police will blame for her death?
Now that's what I call the perfect crime.
Wiggins, what are we going to do?
Fight, Rose. Fight for our lives.
Lulu, Rufina, go that way. There's people coming. We better backslide it. Hey, you think? Nobody can run off just yet, yeah?
Nicely done, Mrs. Prim. Miss Stanhope, the police have taken charge of the demon and the children on board. I would advise you and your henchmen to cease your resistance.
Rose, something's wrong. And so, Prudence, what is it?
What's in this? What have you done to her?
It's some sort of venom. You've poisoned her.
I'm so faint. I can't feel my...
Prudence! No! No!
London's finest illustrated news. Only a penny. Shocking crime in Cheapside. Child kidnapping ring uncovered. It's all in the graphic. Get your copy. Hi, Williams. You want a paper? No charge.
No, thanks, Con. I know more about that story than I want to.
Sure. Awful thing. That girl getting poisoned at all? Well, I guess we'll be seeing the likes of you around, what with Bert Wicks in his bunch cage. Hey, Daily Graphic, London's finest illustrated news. Only a penny.
Good afternoon, Wiggins.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, I didn't see you. Is she...
No, Rose refuses to leave the house. But she does send her regards.
It's all my fault. I should have done something.
I find that statement unacceptably irrational. What happened to Miss Whitlock was entirely the doing of one evil woman. By happy chance, the remarkable Mrs. Prim was on hand to avert catastrophe. Of course, she too refuses to leave the house. Wherever Mrs. Prim is, the young Philomena Gibson is sure to be nearby. She positively dotes on her new hero. As does Inspector Gibson, I note. The Whitlock home has become quite overrun, like living in a train station.
So, Miss Whitlock will survive?
It is still too early to know for sure, but we are hopeful. The poison was derived from a toxic variety of mollusk venom. Fortunately, Prudence did not receive a large dose. But that is not why I asked you to meet me here. Wiggins, I want to know your future plans. Will you remain in Southwark?
No, Southwark's bad, and getting worse. I was thinking I might move north the river to Marylebone.
What will you do there?
Oh, you know, bit of this, bit of that.
And if someone were to offer you steady employment?
Who'd be daft enough to do that?
I would, at a shilling a day.
Shilling a day? Doing what?
Wiggins, it is my intent to become the finest private consulting detective in London. To accomplish this goal, I must know the city better than any of my potential adversaries. And not just the fashionable boulevards. I need to know the side streets, the rookeries, and the abandoned warehouses of the Thames. Wiggins, I believe you're well suited to this job.
Mr. Holmes, you have yourself a deal. Now I best be going. Them crushers, bobbies, don't like his kids occupying the benches for too long.
Wiggins, where will I find you in Marylebone?
Baker Street, Mr. Holmes. Look for me in Baker Street.
Baker Street. Baker Street it is, then.